My boyfriend kept stealing my lactose-free milk, so I left him a breakup letter and moved out. Now he's in jail for trying to end me just because of milk. Posted by you/throwaway_milks. I live with my boyfriend, and we've had conflicts for over 5 months now because of milk. Approximately 6 months ago, I found out I'm lactose intolerant, and it made me change my diet to avoid stomach aches and nausea, which is working pretty well. I do not expect my boyfriend to change his diet to accommodate me, so we've been buying our own groceries so we do not impact one another. Plant-based milk and lactose-free products in my country are expensive, but since I love my cheese and milk, I buy them anyway. The problem is that my partner eats it all when I'm away and doesn't replace it by buying more. I don't mind sharing food, but it's disrespectful of him not to leave some for me. He knows my stomach can't handle lactose, but he still eats and drinks my products when I'm not around. It made us fight a lot of time, and it's been ongoing for 5 months until now. This morning, seeing less than 100 milliliters of my almond milk made me go absolutely crazy because I was more than 10 hours awake after my shift in the hospital and just wanted a latte. He keeps saying it is not a big deal, but the fact that he chooses to consume my stuff and refuses to admit his mistakes makes it unbearable. How my boyfriend treats me is absolutely outrageous, and it made me see that he doesn't treat me as an equal due to how much disrespect I've been enduring. I can't take it anymore. I bought a plane ticket to return to my parents' home. My boyfriend thinks we are okay since I've been quiet after he yelled at me, saying I was overreacting. I've sent a message to my boss, and she said it is fine for me to work online. I was thinking about writing a letter to my boyfriend since this was my first relationship. Dear boyfriend, I am leaving a 5-year relationship that was full of red, which I couldn't see due to my rose-tinted glasses. My favorite nickname that you gave me was Doll, but now it makes me want to puke. The naive old me thought it was because you loved my dark hair and my love for pink, but now, looking back, maybe it was because of how dumb I looked, just to please you by obeying every single word like a spell. I know deep in my heart that you will blame me for the breakup or maybe the milk. None of these were the issues. You are the problem. Every time you disrespected me by consuming my almond milk, it was like someone slowly plucking petals because every single act of disregard made my love for you end. Honestly, this fate couldn't be prevented. We know where we are in each other's hearts. The only mistake was making you the priority when I clearly wasn't. Thank you for being my first, but unfortunately, you won't be my last. Goodbye. Update 1. Yesterday was a bit chaotic. While my ex was at college, my 4 friends and I packed everything I had bought over the years. The only things I left behind were our engagement ring, photos, and the house keys. I left the heavy and big stuff at my friend's house, and she will be shipping it to my parents' home. I arrived during the night in my home city, and my phone wasn't even on, so for several hours, peace was there for me. No more screaming, no more disrespect, and no more stolen milk. Today, when I finally turned on my phone, there were more than 74 calls from him. The messages were from begging me to come home and talk it out to threatening to expose my explicit photos, tell everyone about my ADHD, find me and make me regret it. I'm pretty afraid of it, so I showed my parents these texts. We plan to spend several days at our beach home in another state until it is safe and get a police report. Update 2. I traveled to my beach house in Bahia, which saved my life. This is awesome. I miss being sun-kissed and having so much fun at the beach. Traveling to my family's beach house was what kept my life since my ex-boyfriend wanted to fulfill his promise of bringing me home at whatever cost. Before leaving, I told the building administration that my ex was not allowed to enter the condominium since he was a threat. This morning, my parents received a call from the doorman saying they called the police because my ex-boyfriend showed up and tried to find me. He was able to enter since I forgot to delete his Face ID, but fortunately, this monster was stopped at the reception. At first, he tried to talk to the staff, saying it was all a misunderstanding and we were back together, but they asked for proof, and this idiot couldn't even provide it. He became very violent and tried to attack the staff, so they called the police. When they started searching for him in his bag, a pair of knives, gloves and plastic bags were found. Now he's in preventive detention. I'm still shaken up at the possibility of being ended by him, so this will be my final update since we will be suing him. The fact that it was all caused by milk is really shocking because it made me see that the man I almost married is a monster.